because he's going to get spider sensed in a minute. There comes the spider senses. They were tingling. But this is great for Zamus.
Oh,
This going to be
dang, this is the rails.
Yeah, that and Plasma, the perfect weapon to defend there, because the Hang with no armor would get eaten alive if any of those things hit him. He rockets on very aggressive movement now with 10 seconds left. The Hang is down by 1 frag, folks. He has not brought this thing into a tie, and so with 3 seconds left, we're going to see this thing go to Zamus.
Oh, the big rails that the Hang needed to hit as Zamus was going to SG towards red. He missed that, and then he missed the one as he was going up the stairs. So without that damage done, he couldn't rush, he couldn't attack in. Zamus was able to play defensive. So Zamus taking out to Hang, which probably means he will win the group, and send to Hang as we see how things go, be second in the group and make the brackets very interesting. This also shows how good Zamus has gotten. His first tournament back, hasn't played any official Quake Live games. So
yeah.
Are you upset? Are you upset about the Hang not going through? By the way, from this match.
I mean, no, it was a great match, and there will be more. So you know,
because I actually love Zamus. Like, if there was like an ultimate team put together, if there were like Quake poster boys, they wouldn't be poster boys based on their looks. They'd be poster boys based on their cool. And the 2 people at the front of the poster boys would be Prozac and Zamus. They would be our Quake Live poster boys. Because Zamus is like awesome. I was in Sweden a lot, and he came over a couple of times, and he played poker, right? And Zamus used to sit there with like 20 beers and play poker all day. And he would be losing or winning these big pots of like $2,000 to $5,000 like dollars, and that's what he did. That's what he did when he quit Quake. He rolled up in like a BMW that he bought off, you know, from poker winnings, and then he just sat there and he would just scream how dumb people were that he was playing against, and you know, kind of woo when he used to win. He's a very calculated player, Zamus, but I'm more impressed about his aim. I mean, 47 LG, 50 at times in that game. His plasma gun was sick. His tracking weapons are absolutely insane. So the one thing that is going to hold Zamus back is his new maps. But I think already beating the Hang, that shows us that he could potentially beat other players that I would kind of name now, like Sturmy, like Fox.
Yeah.
I think he could definitely take them down. I know Fox actually hasn't prepared too much for DreamHack. He's not that concerned about it. He's been playing a lot of Heroes of New Earth. But Zamus could definitely be someone to watch. And I'm so happy that he's back in because, you know, he's just such an awesome player. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, but Zamus hasn't won these big tournament events. And it's like, well, he was always one of the guys that you love to watch play and love to follow because he always could beat the champions and do something amazing. And with aim like that, it's no doubt that he can really impress here.
Do you know what his mouse style is? Is he wrist? Or...
I haven't seen him. Like when he came over to Sweden. Well, he lives in Sweden, but when he came over to the God Girls house where I used to train, I only ever saw him play like stupid games, not Quake. So, and I wasn't old school enough to kind of hang with these guys in the Quake 3 WCG Swedish event days. So, but you know, he's just talent really. But also, just to mention that, when I was over there, the one player I was training with was Fookie, and he's back in this tournament. And honestly, I think he's a big contender as well. To really upset some of the already not turned up. Don't tell me he's not turned up.
Fookie dropped. Fookie dropped. Fookie dropped. I know. Fookie's supposed to play Cypher, and I put that as one of the matches I wanted to do, and then I was told by PAX that Fookie and Silw, you know, SILW, he dropped too. So no Puri, no Fookie. That's okay. By the way, as a quick update, our next match should be Cooler versus Lincoln. Trying to find out what's going on now. Maybe Grease, you can go on the server list and see.
I'm already way ahead of you, man.
Are they start yet?
Are you in the game after that game? Is that how far ahead you are?
I'm on the server where Cooler is at, and so actually rather than, well, here I'll just paste it. But
it like
it looks like
Scotsman of the present. I thought you turned into GreasedScotsman of the future.
Yes. Well, right now we're casting now.
Just big news, actually. I've actually got product manager of the Intel Extreme Masters talking to me, Mihal Bliash, and he just informed me that Avec is using, for the first time ever, a different mouse. Normally, he was glued to the Logitech mouse, which actually had problems when he went to tournaments because he needed it to be on XP because the drivers for this Logitech mouse didn't work on Vista, and Avec is now using the Razer Salmosa, and I asked, does he like it? And he said, well, he didn't complain about it at all. So this is the first time we're going to see Avec on a new mouse. He's obviously in serious gaming, so this is going to be him on his Razer mouse. Now, you know, it's a lighter mouse, the Salmosa. It's different to what Syke is using. He's also in serious gaming. He's on the Death Adder, which is kind of heavier and a little bit bulkier.
Well, can I kind of just back you off to a more, like, since we have a lot of viewers that may not be hardcore FPS players or fans, talk about why that makes a difference. I mean, most people would probably I use my mouse to click on icons. So why is that?
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's like, well, for example, to introduce Avec, he's a young Polish player. He was world champion. You know, he's had like amazing results in the Quake series, and he's very aggressive. And he was using the Logitech mouse, and basically, each mouse has a different feel to it. I know not only how it feels in your hand as a shape, but also how the kind of sensor reacts. And every mouse has different sensor. They have different hertz, different DPI, and also they react differently on different mouse pads. So it's very important to have a comfortable feeling as a professional gamer. So to move on to a new mouse is a real big deal because not a lot of players can move to a new mouse and go to a tournament and get big results unless they got about 3 months practice prior to a tournament on that new mouse. And there's a lot of mouse companies out there that they throw out all these different mice, but they don't understand in a way that we aren't looking as a professional gamer to be told how to hold a mouse, because we want something that's very standard looking in a pill. We don't want flashy like lights and stuff, and we don't want something with grooves here, there, and there for each of your fingers. Because if someone gives you a tennis racket and you grab the grip, how you hold the grip is, you know, different for each like forehand and backhand, and you get taught how to. But there aren't grooves for your fingers in a tennis racket. So it's like switching to a new mouse is different because each mouse is obviously different shape and size to a tennis racket, and the Salmosa doesn't have all these grooves and stuff. So Avec will be able to hold it how he wants, and how good he's gonna be, honestly, is yet to be seen. But the great thing about Avec is that he's actually a very prominent sportsman. He's young, he plays a lot of football, he plays a lot of games, so he's normally less stressed about how well he's going to play on the day, because he normally plays with his brain first and then he lets his aim just come naturally. If he misses shots that he normally hits at home or in practice, he won't let it phase him or mess up his game. So I think he'll do well. But it's very interesting that he switched over mouse, because that can be a huge factor.
All right, we're going to hop over to Destruct versus Toxic that's already underway on Furious Heights.
Now, it's possible that Toxic could upset Destruct and Faz. I mean, Toxic played well at QuakeCon. I'm sure he's been practicing with Avec a lot, so I guess we'll see how strong Toxic can be.
The problem is,
right,
with purchasing...
Link is posted. Get in here, guys.
What's happening? Oh, you've linked
Destruct versus Toxic is live right now on Furious Heights, and right now Destruct is leading 14-7. And I'm not sure if this is the first map or not, but we will cover this. So yeah, sorry about having to hop into these games sort of already in progress. There's only a minute left in this one. Destruct's going to take it. But unfortunately, that's just sort of how this thing is being run. We're not really getting any information about who's playing what, and they're not really holding anything for us. So it's pretty much as we finish something, we're asking you know, what's up next and who's playing and